Right now on Up With Krem, Pfizer just announced overnight their vaccines work on kids, but some parents still hesitant to get their eligible children the shot. We hear from a local doctor who recommends that parents get a vaccine for them now.
We've had more kids die from COVID than we have in even a bad flu season typically.
We also hear from a Medical Lake family. Their teens have a message for their peers who are still on the fence.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely 100% worth it.
And of course, we're going to take you outside, talk a little bit of cloud cover as we kick things off this morning. But we're talking sunshine and warmer temperatures in the forecast.
Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Up With Krem. I'm Tim Pham. Breaking overnight, Pfizer just announced their vaccine works on kids ages 5 to 11. The company is going to seek authorization for the age group soon, and this is a big step towards beginning the vaccination process for kids under 12. For the study, the company tested a much lower dose on kids, a third of the amount that's given to people over 12. After that second dose, the kids developed coronavirus-fighting antibodies as strong as teens and young adults. Pfizer's president says the kids had fewer temporary side effects such as sore arms, fever, and aches. And we know this has been a big topic, so we want to hear from you. It leads to our question in the morning. Do you think kids under 12 should get vaccinated? Text us your comments to 509-448-2000. We're sharing your messages throughout the morning. Our local doctors are seeing parents hesitant to get their kids vaccinated for COVID. And as we get closer to the FDA approving the shot for younger kids, our Nicole Hernandez talked to a local doctor about why it is safe for children. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. So I'm live at Multicare right now where we're seeing more COVID-19 cases in kids. Nationwide, 25% of the COVID-19 cases are from kids. So we spoke with 3 teenagers who all got the COVID-19 vaccine and say they're glad they made that decision.
Getting the vaccine was an easy choice for the night teenagers.
I just don't want to not get it and risk getting other people sick and spreading it more.
Spreading it to people like their dad.
17. I personally just wanted to protect my dad.
Their dad is Larry Knight, who we introduced you to last week. While Larry waits for surgery, COVID is a real fear for his family.
The medication he's on makes him immunocompromised.
The vaccine has made them feel safer.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yes, definitely 100% worth it.
Worth it for other families too. Dr. LaSalle with Multicare Deaconess tells most of her families they should be vaccinating their kids.
We've had more kids die from COVID than we have in even a bad flu season typically. So hundreds of children have died.
Dr. LaSalle says kids 5 to 10 could start getting the vaccine as soon as early winter.
It's very safe. Kids tolerate the vaccine very well.
She says long-term side effects really should not be a concern for parents.
Our immune system responds in the same way, no matter what type of vaccine we're talking about. We've had measles and mumps and pertussis and all these vaccines for decades, and we don't see adverse effects that happen 5 or 10 or 20 years later.
Where we do see problems later in life, though, is from the viruses themselves.
Well, chickenpox, decades later, it causes shingles. Measles, a small percentage can develop a 100% fatal neurodegenerative condition. Polio can cause post-polio syndrome.
So Dr. LaSalle says the safest thing to do is get your kids vaccinated. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, Krem 2 News.
This morning, we are expecting an update on COVID-19 in Washington hospitals. Right now, 36% of all ICU beds are still filled with COVID patients. Last week, the Department of Health announcing that the state is seeing the highest rate of COVID cases and hospitalizations since the start of the pandemic. More than 1,500 patients were hospitalized with COVID 1 week ago. Health leaders say hospitals are experiencing extreme stress, but despite a number of cases among students, schools do not appear to be the source of outbreaks or super spreader events. Providence Chief Medical Officer is expected to speak at that briefing. It starts at 9 a.m. and you can watch it on krem.com. Here are 3 things to know about the COVID vaccine progress for children. Right now, kids ages 12 and up can be vaccinated, but why is the process taking longer for younger children? taking than initially expected. The FDA asked for 6 months of follow-up safety data instead of the 2 months it asked for with adults. It also asked Pfizer and Moderna to double the number of children ages 5 to 11 in clinical trials. Pfizer says it will apply for emergency use authorization sometime in October. So this means there should be a COVID vaccine for kids 5 to 11 by Halloween. After Pfizer submits for emergency use authorization, the FDA will evaluate benefits and risks, a process they say could take just a matter of weeks. Well, take a look at this graph we want to show you here. It shows some of the common side effects from the COVID-19 vaccine in children ages 12 to 15. You can see that discomfort ranks at the top of that list at number 1, with about 77% of kids saying that they felt some sort of fatigue, and then less than half had muscle pain or chills or a fever. Vaccine advisors with the CDC will meet this week with the COVID-19 booster shots, and they're expected to be on the agenda. The Biden administration had hoped to start administering them to the general public by this week. But on Friday, FDA advisors only recommended booster shots for people 65 and older and those who are at high risk. A CDC report finds among the Moderna vaccine, it has the highest vaccine effectiveness against COVID hospitalizations with 93%. Pfizer, meanwhile, had 88%, and Johnson & Johnson's vaccine was 71%. Researchers at the University of Washington are looking for volunteers for a COVID vaccine booster trial. You must be at least 18 years old, healthy, and vaccinated against COVID for at least 4 months. It leads us to our question of the morning. We're asking you, do you think children under the age of 12 need to get vaccinated against COVID-19? You can vote in our live Twitter poll right now or text us your thoughts to 509-448-2000. And we're talking about your responses. Someone saying, yes, kids should be vaccinated. Until then, they should be homeschooled. Another person saying, yes, children should receive vaccine love one another. And one person writing no. So again, let us know what you're thinking about this, 509-448-2000. And if you want to read more about Pfizer's vaccine study on young kids, please text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000, that same number, and we'll send you all the new information that came in overnight. All right. 6:36 now. Let's get to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Weather Center, tracking a cool and dry Monday as we kick off this week. Much needed rain, though, over the weekend. I know our plants really enjoyed that.
Oh, yes. Everything enjoyed it. The ground, the water,
you enjoyed
the rivers,
it, too.
The streams. Oh, I enjoyed it.
And broke your window.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I did.
That's a whole thing.
I broke my car window on Friday. And so, I drove around experiencing the elements. It was...
you
nice.
got it all. You got the wind, the rain.
Yeah, you know,
nice
what
cool
better way
breeze.
to, people were like, that meteorologist is really weird. He's driving around with this window down and it's cold and rainy and windy. And then I'm like, yep, that's what I did.
He wants to experience it all.
Yeah, so let's get you out the door because in some areas we are hanging on to a bit of condensation from that rain that we saw over the weekend. That's the top of the mountains in Idaho or even up and over the Cascades where you're going to find a little bit of what'll basically be patchy fog. So just know that that's the case as we start the day. We're at 45 degrees here in Spokane. A little bit of cloud cover is it. 45 in Coeur d'Alene and 46 in Sandpoint. Up to 50 in Moses Lake and near there in Wenatchee. There's the fog. You're seeing it up and over Lookout Pass and even as you head out west. So just know that's kind of what we are going to continue to see. All in all, though, the moisture continues to move out and we build in a ridge of high pressure. So today, kind of the coldest day of the week as temps climb into the mid-60s this afternoon. So think of it this way. Partly cloudy and mid-60s is kind of the case this afternoon. It's going to feel more mostly sunny than partly cloudy.
It's time for your morning rush. Right now, police are searching for a 13-year-old boy in Liberty Lake. William R. Seaman Buckenberger was last seen near North Eagle Road and East Boone Avenue last night. He was seen wearing a black hoodie, gray jeans, and a black face mask. If you have any information that can help officers, you're asked to call Liberty Lake Police. A family is suing a winery in Quincy after their daughter drowned in a man-made lake. According to the family, 10-year-old Danica Ross was sucked into a pipe inside the lake. The wrongful death lawsuit says there was no warning sign posted, and because of that, their daughter's death was terrifying and senseless.
It's difficult to imagine your child death, to learn how it actually happened, and thinking what she's been through in her last moments of life. It's just like, it makes such way more horrible.
The Grant County coroner says she died from drowning and compression of the torso from being inside that pipe. We've reached out to the property owners for a comment, but have not heard back. The FBI says a body found in Wyoming over the weekend is believed to be Gabby Petito's. She's the 22-year-old who went missing on a cross-country trek with her fiancé, Brian Landry. Authorities are looking for Landry in a Florida wildlife preserve. He vanished last week after police named him a person of interest in Petito's disappearance. That's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. The holidays are quickly approaching, which means retailers are going on a hiring blitz. But that doesn't mean the holiday shopping season will be smooth sailing. Let's connect the dots.
The holidays are still months away, but hiring is already in full force. Let's connect the dots. Retailers continue to deal with staffing troubles. They're trying to hire enough people before holiday shopping kicks into high gear. Retail employment is down by 285,000 jobs since February of 2020. Experts say many retail workers who worked through the pandemic quit due to burnout. Up until recently, folks without a job could collect an extra $300 a week in unemployment. Now retailers have a lot of jobs to fill. That's good news for workers. Many companies are rolling out new benefits and higher pay to try and lure new talent. But many experts say despite their early efforts, retailers will still deal with short staffing this holiday season. What does that mean for you? Well, it means longer lines and wait times. And that's connecting the dots.
Well, we picked up some decent rain over the weekend, and coming up after the break, I'm going to let you know what all of this rain likely means for our drought monitor. Could be improving it as we head into the next week.